I'm here with Curtis Leschyshyn, NHL hockey player, Stanley Cup winner, born in Thompson, Manitoba. So Curtis, first of all, I just want to get the story of how you were born in Thompson, Manitoba.
Well, my parents moved to Thompson. My dad was working at the Inco mine, and that's how my brother and I ended up being born in Thompson, is that my dad worked up here for a short period of time, and then we moved back to Saskatchewan very shortly after my younger brother was born.
Don't know which mine, because that's going to be the next question.
The Inco
Okay.
nickel mine, that's all.
And next time you come
I
back,
know.
there's 3 mines, because
Okay.
everyone's going to try to take credit for you.
Okay. I don't know which one it was.
Okay. So then your family moves to Saskatoon, or did you guys?
Yeah, Saskatoon.
Okay. Saskatoon boy, you end up playing for the hometown team then?
I did. I was lucky enough that I didn't have to move away from home till I was 18 or 19 years old, which most kids today are leaving home at 15, 16 to play hockey. And I was fortunate enough to play midget AAA and major junior in Saskatoon with the Blades, and left home when I was drafted by the Nordiques to go play in Quebec.
Okay, so you go very high, third?
I did, yes.
Third overall in the draft. I mean, that has got to be quite the experience.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be drafted, I guess, a year later. I had a late birthday, so I missed my first draft year by a few months, which I guess if you look back at it, allowed me to develop and mature a year later. So it was fortunate enough that, that was when I was born in Thompson in September, I guess, that I could be drafted a year later. And
so we did actually have an influence.
You did, yeah.
We did,
yeah.
We could take credit.
Cold weather delayed my mom's delivery, and that's why I ended up being a late birthday.
So you get drafted high. You go to the Nordiques. That was a young team too. It was at Sakic. You have Sakic, Sundin.
Yes, when I was drafted, Joe Sakic was born. He was born in BC, so let's get that out of the way. He wasn't born in Thompson, but he was drafted the year before me, so he didn't stay his first year and probably could have stayed. Went back to Swift Current and played another year of major junior hockey, and then he and I, and then there was about 5 other guys that were rookies that year in Quebec, and then along came Matt Sundin and Owen Nolan and the Eric Lindros draft and trade, and that's how the Quebec Nordiques became eventually the Colorado Avalanche, and then we won the Stanley Cup in 1996.
Do you think Quebec gets a team? And what was the experience like playing in Quebec?
You know what? It was great. They treat their players so well there. It's a hockey community. They back it 100%, and I think they'll get a team at some point. With the new building that's coming up and being built there, and I think opening next year, that it's a good possibility that they get another NHL franchise there, and I think they'll support it real well.
So then you move on to Colorado. What was that like?
Well, it was real good in the terms of us winning the Stanley Cup. Moving from Quebec to Denver, the hockey market wasn't quite the same. We were kind of obviously second or third fiddle behind the Broncos and the Rockies at that point. So as we moved through the playoffs, there was a bit more excitement, and people started to follow the team a bit more. All the games were always a sellout, but we were just behind the Broncos and the Rockies because the NFL and the Major League Baseball are so big in the United States that when you get into some markets like those, hockey is third, fourth behind some of those other major sporting events. So we got some momentum in playoffs, and once we started winning, everybody kind of really jumped on the bandwagon, and for the finals, it was an incredible atmosphere.
Okay, so you're 2 years out of retirement now?
No, 2004.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that long ago?
I'm that old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks for making me feel younger.
Okay, so how was life after hockey?
It's been great. My first couple of years out of retirement, I worked with the Avalanche doing some TV and radio. Then when we moved back to Saskatchewan, I started coaching with the Blades. So it was 3 years with the Blades coaching there, and then this past season I coached midget AAA that my son played on. So it's been a good run since I've been retired. I've enjoyed being around my kids a lot more, and been able to be at their events when needed.
How many kids you got?
Three. A
Three?
son that's 15, two daughters that are 13 and 11.
Oh, right on. Okay, so, thanks a lot, Curtis, for doing this interview. I know you had a busy schedule. You've been over in the tents doing a lot of things, but it's good to finally hear that. And you know what? That working in the mine is going to go over really good. but it would be nice to know which mine.
Yeah.
I'm here with Curtis Leschyshyn. Thanks a lot for the interview. We'll get you out there, and they'll announce you're born in Thompson, Manitoba, and the people here will just love it. So
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.